How's it going? Link ups number 3. Today we're going to hover around the central of the park and we're going to go with deep line playmaker and the box to box midfielder. There they are playing it together. Sosa, there's a little forward break from Ozan. Sosa looking for the ball all the time, dropping deeper. Ozan, there he goes, making that forward break to provide another option. There he goes, shot away. If you're wondering what team we're using today, we're randomly using Fenerbahce from Turkey. Okay, in this video they're a flat 2, so they're next to each other in the formation lineup, and the deep line playmaker is on a support duty. The deep line playmaker is this lad here, Sosa, and the box to box midfielder, that role will be taken by Ozan. Now positioning wise is interesting, you can see they're both next to each other there. They start off next to each other flat in the central midfield areas. As the game progresses, your deep line playmaker, Sosa, will drop a little bit deeper there. You can see him there with his box to box midfielder a little bit higher up. There he is. When we start to attack and go into the opposition's half, you can see the difference even more. Sosa there, deep line playmaker, remember, just sitting a little bit back, whereas Ozan, he's starting to make that forward movement. A little word on the deep line playmaker, if his role was set as defend, he would probably stick in that sort of area there. But as he's on support, he will still have an eye on getting into these areas here as well. Not all the time, just when he thinks the time is right. Now this also shows the difference between a deep line playmaker and an advanced playmaker. Your deep line playmaker is going to start here. If he's an advanced playmaker next to Ozan, he's going to be more often or not in these areas, because this is the areas he wants to make the damage, where he wants to make the game start ticking. Whereas your deep line playmaker will look to dictate the game from further back. For this reason, you'll probably find your deep line playmaker playing more longer balls, longer passes in these areas out wide, switching the play more than an advanced playmaker would. Your advanced playmaker will more in the hole, playing smaller, intricate passes. Now your box-to-box midfielder is just that. He's going to basically run around like a madman, going up and down, trying to make a difference both sides. That's why you need a guy with good work rate, first off. But you can see Ozan there, always ahead of Sosa. As we play it on, you can see as the ball progresses, Ozan is always ahead of Sosa. Sosa then makes a little break there. So, as I said, on support, they will make the break if it's there. But he then comes back and waits for it, look, letting Ozan go a bit further forward. Good pairing. Now when defending, another good reason they're a good link-up is because they stay in the same sort of area. If you see here, you've got Sosa there, and you have Ozan there. Playing it on, Hanover got the ball, but they're still remaining tight to each other, look, still controlling the middle, similar lines all the way through. When the break comes, Ozan, you can see him, he's got the attacking instinct to go forward a bit more. Similar when the opposition are building up, you can see Sosa there, Ozan there, they're in the midfield, they're governing things in the central there. If Sosa was an advanced playmaker playing with this box-to-box midfielder, he'd be a little bit further on there, so you're a bit more exposed if you're playing as a 2 in the middle there. Now another reason I like them is because the box-to-box midfielder is that hard working, he'll cover Sosa if Sosa goes ahead of him. So if the deep line playmaker goes ahead of him sometimes, like Sosa has here, you can see Ozan will drop back into that area there and cover him. But he's got the instincts to go up and down and cover those areas. Because they are so well linked, they can attack together as well. When there's no threat at the back there, like now, they're both up there, Ozan and Sosa. He's seen his opportunity to step forward, like we mentioned. As we're playing it on, Sosa can step back, he's looking for the ball, whereas Ozan is considering, right, can I get into that box to get on the end of this cross? So you've got the deep line playmaker who's wanting the ball, he wants to initiate the movement, and you've got the box-to-box midfielder who wants to get on the end of them. Great combination. Here, look, Sosa, deep line playmaker, always looking for the ball. Next to him is Ozan. When he sees the opportunity, he's going to get himself forward. So as we play it on, there's Sosa on the ball, Ozan just there. Sosa plays it forward and Ozan is starting to think, right, I'm off, I can make a bit of damage up here, I might get a through ball. Whereas Sosa's waiting back for the ball to provide the bullets. Play progresses, Sosa there, wanting the ball. Look at Ozan making the move to back up the striker. The one's going to try and affect the attacking play by getting on the end of things. One's going to try and affect the attacking play by helping to dictate it and being an option for the pass back. So they work well together in attacking scenarios, doing different duties, and in defence they work well together as well. As we play this on, this pretty much sums them up. As the ball comes forward, it's in Sosa's zone, so he goes for the ball. whereas Ozan will take a step back and just cover for him because he sees he's gone for it. Sozar doesn't get it, so starts to drop back, whereas because it's on Ozan's side, he now goes to attack the ball. So they've swapped roles there. Now they're in a straight line, perfect. When it comes to one of them close by, Ozan, he goes towards the ball, whereas Sozar will drop. Nice combination play there. One will attack the ball, one will sit, so leaving this area always covered. And then, when it's time to do so, they'll get back in the line, back in the central areas, together as one, until the ball gets near them. So here we go, it's on Sozar's side, he's going for it. Ozan will sit. Sozar goes for it, doesn't make it. Ozan's up there sitting for him. Sozar can then drop back into position. As Sozar's dropping back into position, who's covering him? Ozan. So there you go, working well together again. As Ozan goes for the ball, Sozar drops back in. They've always got someone in these areas here, so you're not going to be left too exposed. As I say, if it's going to be a box-to-box and an advanced playmaker, the advanced playmaker may not have the wherewithal to drop back into these areas as well as Sozar does. So what it boils down to is they attack well as a duo and they defend well as a duo. So that's link up number 3, a deep line playmaker alongside a box-to-box midfielder. Now what I would say is if you are dominating the game a lot and you find that your deep line playmaker is too deep, you can change him to an advanced playmaker on support, but as I said in the video package there, he won't drop back as much, so make sure you are dominating. Perhaps if you've got a really advanced high defensive line, he'll drop more into these areas there, but just be wary of that his defensive duties will drop. It's a nice little combo, and of course you can use it in a 2 or a 3, entirely up to you. Your deep line playmaker could start there, for example, with a bit box to box in front of him and possibly a Mazzala or a ball winner in there. There's all sorts of ways you can do it. This little video package just shows how well these two work well together.